All right, go ahead. Start
Got
there.
your 4-inch, 6-inch clean out over here. Technically, that's nothing that you'll need to mess with. That's more for your plumbers if you have any back clogs or anything like that. They'll come out here. Your 6-inch is shared with your neighbor over here, so you have two 4-inches. You'll have another 4-inch clean out by the house. We'll see that here in a little bit when we get around to the other side. You'll see these stakes in the ground. That means the final survey was done. It shows you where your property line is. These stakes in the ground with these pink ribbons. That means your property line starts here and goes back. Technically, this isn't your property. It's county's. You just can't build anything on it. So your property line technically stops, I would say, guesstimate about this last line on your driveway. But it goes all the way down the road. You'll see all the stakes in the ground for the final surveys are done. These stakes, the property pins are actually in the ground. You got two here, you'll have two in the back. They're not warranted. So they'll never move. But you'll need to get a plot plan for closing. You should be able to get them a plot plan. If you talk to our agent, they should be able to get you that. As long as you have that, you don't need these stakes. That's to help if you decide to do a fence. Your fencing guy would know what to do as long as he's got the plot plan. So make sure that gets, y'all talk to our agent about getting you a plot plan for closing.
Now, Brad, do you guys bury rebar?
The rebars, yeah. The pins are actually in the ground. You'll never see those. That's why they put those stakes in the ground, just to show you where your property line is.
So, Jim, if they remove the stakes, the pins are still in there with metal rebar.
You'll be able to find it.
With a metal detector, they can find them.
That's how they normally do it. You do have a crepe myrtle here. You're not allowed to remove these trees in your yard. We tear down a lot of trees to build your home. Berkeley County requires us to plant one back. You have to go through HOA, you get HOA approval to have this removed from your yard, these two trees.
Okay.
Water meters over here. You'll see that black box. You share that water meter. There's 2 meters in that black box. One's your neighbor to your left, and then yours is in there. You'll technically never need to mess with that either, as that's more for just the water company, but that's where that's located. Your house will be pressure washed, garage, sidewalk, or garage, walkway, porch, and your driveway will all be pressure washed, so don't worry about that. I get that normally the day before closing, just so your house is freshly clean right before you move in.
Perfect. Cool. You want to do a walk around the outside first?
Yep, that's what we're going to do. We're going to walk to the left and enter into the garage.
Cool.
Over here, your power meter. Power meter, never need to mess with this either. This is more for the power company. You can walk in your house and you got electrical outlet going crazy. You'll just come out here and switch this disconnect off, turns all power off to your house. And then you'll immediately call the electricians. I'll show you that information in the garage. I have it on a sticker for any emergencies for plumbing, electricity, or any of your HVAC. This is where you'll be hooked up. When you move in, you'll call your cable company, internet company. They'll come out here and they'll hook this up, put a nice pretty box here for you.
Who's the cable internet out here?
Home Telecom.
Okay.
Is who you'll use.
And Jim, Home Telecom's local out of Monk's Corner.
Yep. That's who I have. But and this is a GFI box. This is GFIs for any outside outlets or any outlets near water. So your garage, your outside, your garage, your kitchen, laundry, and bathrooms will all have GFI outlets. Basically, these are just help protect your against water or anything like that. And that's the conduit that they run their lines to, so they can connect to your cable.
Okay, cool.
Yep. These are hurricane protection windows. You can see these pins right here. You'll have 4 or 6, 3 up top, 3 at the bottom. Inside the garage is where your bag will be for all your window protection. They're 10 times easier than they used to be. Phase 1, all those people had OSB in the garage, and those are a pain in the butt to get up. These are like Kevlar they roll. And you can carry all of them. And then there's screws in the kitchen. I'll show you where the hardware is. You'll put those together once you move in. Any hurricanes, you'll come plop those in. When those pins pop out, you'll take those pins and put them in a bag, keep them, because you want to put them pins back in the holes. You don't want those holes to get all nasty and dirty.
Yeah.
So you look right here. This is your primary drain line. Your AC unit is in the attic. AC puts out cold air. It's hot. It sweats. That has to drop into a pan. That has to drain somewhere. It drains here. This should be dripping 9-10 months out of the year because it's hot down here. And then if it doesn't, if it gets clogged, you have your secondary drain line right there. They put it over a window. If you ever see that one dripping on a nice day like this and it shouldn't be dripping, you need to call someone. That means your primary's clogged, and you don't want the primary clogged. So you'll call someone that knows about like an HVAC company. They can come out and unclog it for you. If both of those get clogged, that means there's nowhere for the water to go, so it goes over the pan and comes out in your attic. Now you have a leak in your attic, which water's coming through your ceiling. And then you have your vents. Any of those vents, that's for your laundry room and your bathrooms, and you turn on a light or the fan in your bathrooms. That fan, that air's got to go somewhere, so that's the vents for it.
Beautiful.
This is the disconnect for your HVAC unit and your water works. You have to have a disconnect. And you have any issues with your HVAC, they'll come out here to work on it. They'll just disconnect the HVAC so you can keep power to your house.
Perfect.
And then you'll have a GFI outlet, again, to your HVAC unit. Back of the house, you'll have a porch, not covered.
What's the blue tape for?
That just goes over the drains. They'll remove those.
Okay.
Yep.
Those are like weep holes?
Yeah, this is weep holes for it to drain out, but
okay.
They'll have those removed. This is your 4-inch clean out over here. That will be cut down to grade. It will look like this one right here, so it won't be so high. They'll have that cut down.
So this will go on our punch list?
That would be one of your items on your punch list.
All right.
All right. And then your other vent over here. Not sure if you ever had a tankless water heater. The best thing since sliced bread. It takes about 2 minutes for the water to get hot, but once it gets hot, it stays hot. 4 people, 5 people could take hour-long showers, and the 5th person still has hot water. There's no tank in the garage. It's a tankless water heater. It is ran and powered and heated by gas. This is your gas line. It runs to your hot water heater, and then this is your gas tank. Runs into the house, but it also runs to your hot water heater.
Now, any recommended maintenance requirements for these?
I would have it cleaned out once a year. Find someone that knows how to clean out tankless water heaters. Mine gets cleaned out every June. The guy that cleans mine is awesome. He contacts me to let me know I'm ready and let me know when it comes. I just tell him to schedule it when he's ready.
They just like flush them out,
They
right?
come out here and flush them out. The backup, the hard water will have buildup, and you'll need to flush them probably. I do mine once a year. Some depends on where you're at. I would say I only live 10 minutes down the road, and I do mine once a year. And he says it's fine every year he flushes. He says it's good. Some people need to do it more often because their water's, I guess that buildup.
I screwed mine up. I didn't have it flushed.
Oh.
It had been like 7 years.
Oh.
And they came out, they flushed it. I guess it's
I bet
fine.
it took a long time for them to finally flush it out.
Yeah, they were there for about like 4 or 5 hours.
4 or 5 hours, yeah. So he'll be out there for my house because I get it every year. He's out there for about 30, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
If you don't ever get it, you do it, it could mess up your system. Water flow's not as great, and then also it takes about 5 hours to do, and then they'll probably charge you more if you wait that long.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, you find a guy, someone that's good and that does that, you'll definitely want that flush once a year. And then water here works.
Perfect.
This is the cut off if you need to cut off your gas. And then this is the cut off if you need to cut off your water heaters, but you don't need to mess with that. That's just water if they got to work on it. This, the menu will tell you never to cut it off. If you smell gas, just get out of the house.
Yep.
All right.
All the siding looks good.
Yep.
I don't have any issues here.
In the garage. If you ever have a water leak, this is your main water cutoff right here. It's flowing through the pipes right now, so we do have water. If you need to turn it off, you'll take this and turn it 45 degrees out, and then it will turn the water off to your house. If you ever have to do that, whether you have to turn off the power, the water, or the gas, you'll immediately come over here and you'll call one of these companies. It's right here on your breaker panel. Piedmont is your water company, Fogo is your gas and HVAC, and PRE, which is Palmetto Residential Electric, is for your electric company. You'll call them if there's an emergency where you have to turn off everything. An emergency is total loss of heat, water, or electricity. Any plumbing leaks where you have to turn off the water supply over there. Any total sewage stoppage where you have to call a plumber out, or any situation that endangers occupants, you'll call them. Once you call them, you need to immediately go to drhorton.com, fill out a warranty. Emergency warranty, it will come to us. They have to have this before they show up. They will come within 24 hours of the emergency, but they have to have this before they come. That protects them. So that doesn't go against your 30-day or your 11-month. And then your breaker panel and everything's labeled.
Perfect. This up here is your garage, or yeah, garage door.
No, so
Ring bell.
Yeah, doorbell.
Doorbell.
So if you put your finger on that and I ring the doorbell, it'll burn the skin off your finger. So don't touch it, put anything over it, lean anything against it. That's supposed to be out of the way. Don't mess with that.
Yeah, keep that uncovered.
Yeah. Garage door you're closing.
Oh, we got LEDs in here.
Yeah, and then you got lights. Your garage got painted.
Was it not supposed to?
No. So the reason it got painted was because someone vandalized the garage and drew a penis on your wall. So we got it painted, which is good. They charge about $300 to do it, but you don't have to pay for that. So it is a thick primer. It's not technically paint. It's just a thick primer. So yeah, we had vandalism bad. We had to get siding. They had penises all over the siding. It was bad.
Oh my God.
And you're the only one that had it on your wall. Some people had it on the front doors, their siding. We had to replace siding all over the place.
Yeah.
And then he had it in the garage. So you actually got your garage painted. It's a thick primer, really.
Jim, there's a penis vandal.
Yeah, underneath this primer. Don't take it off. And then this is your, this is what I was telling you. This is for your window protection. This is how light it is. This is all of your window protection. So, it's better than the OSB that the Phase 1 had. They were upset because they don't get that. So this is for your sliding glass door.
And Jim, I'm going to point a few things out here. This garage, they're going to sweep it and they're going to power wash it. But they don't do that till the last minute. Just so it's super clean when they come in. The other thing is too, you'll notice the drywall doesn't touch the concrete. That's on purpose. They're not supposed to. So you'll see a gap there. There's not supposed to be trim there. Just, that's correct. It doesn't look like a finished inside of your house. It's a garage. So anyway, this is all actually correct, as it may not look great. It is the way it's supposed to be.
And then you have your remotes right here. They'll stay there till you move in for you. If you ever need to use the garage door on your own, you just pull this and it disconnects it, and then it'd be a manual garage door.
Yeah.
Your outlets in here are GFI, just like I was telling you, because it's outside. There's only one reset, so if they ever aren't working, you'll look over here, and if you see that yellow light right there, that means it was tripped. Neither your garage door or these outlets would work. But once you press this, so if you look over here on the wall, your garage door doesn't work. See how it's not lit up? The garage door opener. Now once I reset it, the light comes back on. That means they'll work. So if your garage door is never working or the outlets aren't working, it's probably because that main light outlet got tripped. And that's it.
Same thing in your kitchens and your bathrooms and laundry room. If any dishwasher, something's not working, you gotta check the GFC outlets.
A couple things to help you when you move in. A couple things you'll want to buy. Granite protection. I get like a $60, $70 bottle of granite protection. This is real granite. If you pour anything on it, or wine or something, and leave it because you didn't see it, and then wipe it off the next day, it will be on here. I get a good granite protection. Read the bottle. Apply it as much. This granite is real granite. You'll want to protect it. You also want to buy some Pledge furniture polish for your windows. If they're ever squeaking or anything, that's going to happen with the temperature change, and the wood expands. That causes nail pops, but it also puts pressure on the window sometimes. It can start squeaking. If you put Pledge on the track, it takes that right away, so that's a good thing to have. And then some goof off. If we see any paint on the floors, we'll put tape on it for you right now. The painters will get that off. However, they're not going to see everything or get everything. So if you get some goof off, you'll want to wipe that on there. It comes off pretty easy. And then just make sure you wipe it off with water.
Cool.
We'll go ahead and check the water. Your sprayer works. It does come out. We'll make sure that gets hot. This is not hooked up yet. As you can tell, the outlet is right here, so we'll make sure we put this on the list. Okay. So your dishwasher is not hooked up. We will put that on the list. That tells us that we need to check it whenever we come here for the closing.
Perfect. Okay. Gas line on?
Yep. Gas does cut on. These all work.
Now, is it a gas oven or is it electric element?
It's gas.
Oh, okay.
This is
sweet.
gas. Yep. It's all gas. Now,
beautiful.
To do the gas, you'll press bake or broil. You'll put whatever temperature you want, then you have to press start. Very important when you move in To be here for 4.5 hours, you'll come in, you'll press clean and press start. It's a 4.5 hour clean. You want to clean your oven. If not, he can tell you. I'll let him smell it right now. This is what his food will smell like.
Yeah.
It's bad. You don't want that. So clean your oven, and then once it's done cleaning, you'll want to wipe it out. You want to feel this? Let him know you have hot water.
Yeah, hot water is good.
All right.
Is there a temperature control on the hot water?
It's going to be in the garage. They will install that.
Okay. It's not installed yet.
It's not installed yet. Yep.
Another thing on the list.
Another thing on the list, yes.
Okay.
Cabinets will get crown. Another thing on the list.
Yeah.
They will also get the fillers.
Yeah.
Another thing on the list. Again, that's just about cabinet.
Yeah, just cabinet trim, we'll call
cabinet trim will be done at closing.
Okay.
All right. All your drawers work. Doors, we can. Garbage disposal works. And then you do have a junk drawer that I started for you. These are all the Whirlpool gives you these. You'll need to call Whirlpool when you move in, give them the serial numbers and the model number of your 3 appliances, and they'll warranty those. We don't warranty those, Whirlpool does. And then you also have all your other stuff, Vogel, your Honeywell, which is the thermostat box on the wall, tells you how to operate and how to set things up, and like when you leave house, if you want to set things up like that.
So the appliances and the HVAC unit, including the thermostats, those all have manufacturer warranties.
Yeah, you need to go call them with all the information.
If there was an installation issue, it would be a builder warranty.
Right.
If they're just not operating correctly because they weren't, they came out of the box.
You can put it on your warranty, we'll get it taken care of,
Yeah.
but the unit itself can be warranted through, you gotta call it.
Through the manufacturer, okay.
Yep. And then right here, it should be silver.
Check all these doors.
So these boxes right here is the hardware for your window protection. The window protection's in the garage. You'll take this and put that bag together when you move in, keep them together. And then it tells you how to install, which is pretty self-explanatory. You put it over the holes and screw them in. So.
Okay, cool.
And then you'll see that light works.
Same thing with the GFCIs here.
Yep, same thing. Oops, sorry. Yep, the trip, if you see that, all you gotta do is just press it and it resets itself. Yep. These are connected to other ones. So if an outlet isn't working in the kitchen, check your GFI boxes. So there should be one here, there'll be one there, and there's one under your cabinet, under your sink.
Okay, cool.
And those will go to the outlets on the side. Sometimes they jump to these over here. So if one of these outlets aren't working, if any outlets in anywhere near water, check the main outlet and make sure it's not tripped.
Okay.
All right. A lot of information so far. So what we're going to do is we're going to start. It is. So what we're going to do is we're going to start right here, and we're going to work our way around. We've already pretty much done the kitchen area. We'll check the lights, check all the doors, work our way upstairs, work our way around, work every door, work all the windows.
Let's just do the information stuff, and then you and I can check all this stuff.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool?
Yeah. That's pretty much all the information.
How about the bathrooms upstairs?
Yeah, we can go check those. Well, this is the powder room right here. Flushes, fan, sink.
And there will be something attached there.
What do you mean?
A mirror.
No mirror. Not the powder room. You have to.
Okay.
Most people.
What's that green thing there?
So this is for if you take this. If you ever seen a weird flow on your water, you can take this and put it in here, and it connects into the right slot, and then you can turn, and it changes the water flow. So if your water flow ever starts making like a weird stream, this will help adjust that.
Okay.
So we leave that right there. Once you move in, you put that in the spot.
There you go, Jim. You'll need to get a mirror for the powder room.
Yeah.
We went through and blue taped all this already, Jim. This is just for little nicks or.
It's paint and drywall issues. They'll come back in and do it. Normally, it's a lot more than this. I already had it done. Painters came in and fixed it all, so then I went back and did it again.
Yeah.
Just to help out, we want to make sure that we get all the issues corrected on the drywall, so that's one less thing we have to worry about.
Perfect.
When you move in,
setting the lock.
Yes, when you move in, you'll go to closing. Once you go to closing, I can come back here and meet you here and change the locks for your house keys they give you. So whether it stays like this until you get back in town, and we do it then, or if your realtor comes back, we can always go ahead and change it, and then you'll have the realtor will have your keys until you move back in.
Yeah,
and then we'll also, you call me when you actually get here, you'll call me and I'll come and show you how to set the keypad. You'll set the keypad and you'll have your own code, and then you'll do that. You can call me when you get back.
Okay.
So that's easy.
Anything to know about these light switches?
Nothing. Everyone always says, why is it against away from the wall? That's how they're set up. All of your light switches look like this. That's how they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to caulk them. They literally pop on and pop off. You can pop them on and off yourself. They're pretty simple.
And there are smart elements you can put in them to automate all your lighting fixtures from your phone.
Yep.
All right, we're
And also make sure you understand the vents are always near windows and doors for the most part to help with the energy efficiency of the home.
Okay. All right.
We actually just passed CO, so we have certificate of occupancy. We passed that today. This is loud, but they're all connected. It will start beeping on all of them. You'll hear the echoing. They are all connected. You can hear the echoing now.
Is that just a test?
Yeah, you just test it, just to make sure it works.
Okay.
Scuttle cover access to your attic. You'll never need to go up there. You don't have stairs. You'll just need a ladder if you want to go up there. Recommend you not putting anything up there. If you ever have to have your HVAC worked on, the HVAC company will not go up there. If there are items up there, you'll have to remove them all. So the more you put up there, the more you got to remove if you have to get them to go up there. But that's where your furnace is.
And these thermostats, will you show us how that works?
Yep. So thermostat mode takes it to cool, off, and then auto. You can set it to auto and keep it at 68. Everybody's been in and out of the house. That's why it's a little high right now, but it will go. You can set it to however you want. That's how you'll do it. And then also if you want to set like your fan, your auto, any of that, like I said, whenever that box down or that drawer, your junk drawer that I started for you, it has all that on there. And
all
you can
the
read
instructions.
Yeah,
on
but
that.
the main thing is just pressing mode to get it on heat, cool, or whatever.
Okay, cool.
So,
Turn it down a little bit.
yeah, we'll turn it down. Laundry room. That's where you hook up your the vent is right there. This is the outlet, so it's a 4-prong outlet that you'll want to make sure you know which one to buy. And then when you hook up your water, you'll want to make sure you put that drain line all the way down in there. Don't just set it in there. You are upstairs. You definitely don't want that.
Is there enough room for these?
Yeah,
Okay.
plenty. Yeah. So you'll put that drain line. A lot of people will call and say I have a leak in my laundry room. You don't. That drain line probably fell out. Also, because it's upstairs, I strongly advise you getting a pan for underneath your washer. Bathroom in here.
Again, cabinet trim.
Yep, we'll add some more. Yep, we'll add more with that, and then the trim on the wall. Flushes. And turns over. Got a shower.
Beauty.
Yep, feel the water, make sure we got hot water.
Feels
Getting hot.
good.
This one's getting hot. You can feel that one.
Yep, feels good.
And then you can feel this one is getting warm. It will be hot in a minute.
Fine. Yeah, we're good.
I make sure I check all these. My very first house I ever closed, we had 2 cold lines hooked up to the ocean shower. She couldn't take a shower for a week.
Now in here,
We're
gonna do quarter-
right there. Yep.
okay, floor trim.
Yep. That'll be all done.
Okay.
And then I can show you these windows. These are the best blinds. You just push up, pick up. That's how they work. They're pretty simple. Left is lock, right is unlock. Lift up. You see these tabs right here? Pull them in, and you can pull them out. And then do not go past 90 degrees. If you need to clean, you can clean like this. If you go past 90 degrees, they can't fall off the track.
The other super important thing, Jim, lift them up before you pull on them.
Yeah, if you pull it out without lifting it up, it can crack this. You don't want to crack the seal. Also, when you put it back, bring them back in and put it in. Don't just slam them things, don't just slam it shut because it can crack the sides on here. If it cracks the side, you got to replace the whole window. These windows are like $500-600 bucks.
Yeah.
And then once you close it, you just turn, and this works as well.
Perfect.
All right, we'll go in here and check the owner suite.
We'll get a final clean on all this.
Yeah, so all that gets cleaned on. That's easy. That comes up. Light works. Fan works. Make sure we have hot water right here. And then, of course, the front there.
Now, do you have an individual water shut off
What do you mean?
under the sink?
Yep.
Each sink?
They can cut them off if they want. Yep.
See that little twisty knob there? You can cut the water off at every sink.
I'm gonna check this. Let them know they have hot water here.
Yeah, we're good. Beautiful.
And that's pretty much it on the.
That covers the inside.
Yeah, pretty much all the information.
Yeah.
Again, well, so over here you have a couple other things you'll need to know right here. This is 30, 60, 90 vent. You'll need to change every 30, 60, or 90 days. Is why we call it 30, 60, 90. I would change it probably 30 days after closing or after you move in. And then you'll want to gauge it depending on how big your family is, how many animals you have. You'll need to check it. I would start checking on 30 days. If it's not that dirty, check it on 60. If it's not that dirty, keep going. The dirtier this is, the harder it takes, the harder your unit works. The harder your unit works, the less likely it is to last the lifetime of it.
Yeah.
So
These little carpet stains are they already taped
we
them
got a
up.
mark. We'll get them cleaned up for you. This is the attic or your storage closet. There is no light here. It is just for the storage. It used to be where your AC unit was, but now that they've engineered, they've allowed them to go up there instead of closing it off and keeping it closed. They opened it up for like some storage access.
Cool.
And then you got 2 guest bedrooms in here. Now these right here are jumper ducts. You'll never get air out of those. They jump from. You have one in here and one in here, and it jumps to this right here. All it is if you ever shut one door in a house and you feel another door slam shut, that's the pressurization. These are to help minimize that. So they're called jumper ducts. They're just connected to each other on the other side of the door, just to help with the pressurization of the room.
Yep. So those ducts right by the doors of the bedrooms.
Guest bedrooms.
The guest bedrooms.
Yeah,
These are
he has his own air return just like this in his room.
Gotcha. So these ducts will never work.
Like no air coming out.
Exactly.
They're not connected
They're
to
just
the AC unit.
regulating air. I guess it's air pressure.
It helps with the air pressure. Yeah. And that's pretty much
And
it.
just airflow. All right, man. Here. All right, Jim. That's good. There's Brad. See you later. Signing off.